Hello and welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, make sure to hit that subscribe button because today, we have a very exciting and important update for millions of South Africans who depend on SASSA grants. You heard the rumors, and yes, it's happening. The R780 grocery voucher program is set to continue every month, stretching well into 2025 and even into 2026. That's right, monthly support that could make a real difference in the lives of many households. But as always, there's a lot to unpack. Who qualifies? How does it work? And what should beneficiaries know to make sure they don't miss out? Stick with me because I'm going to explain everything you need to know in simple, easy to understand terms. Now, let's start from the very beginning. Earlier this year, the South African government, through SASSA, the South African Social Security Agency, quietly introduced a new initiative aimed at easing the soaring cost of living. Food prices have been climbing like never before. Bread, maize, meat, vegetables, everything is more expensive. Families relying on grants like the Older Persons Grant, the Disability Grant, or the Child Support Grant have been feeling the pressure every single day. Government officials realized that if no extra help was given, many families would simply not have enough to get through the month. That's when the idea of the grocery voucher came into play. Originally, the R780 grocery voucher was designed as a temporary boost, something that would only last a few months in select areas, almost like a pilot program. But the response from beneficiaries was overwhelming. People said it wasn't just helpful, it was life-saving. Families could finally buy enough food to feed everyone in the house. Pensioners could afford basic items without skipping meals. Parents could put proper food on the table for their children. The feedback was loud and clear: South Africans need this kind of direct, monthly support. Fast forward a few months, and we now have confirmation: the R780 grocery voucher program will not just continue, it will expand across more regions and will run monthly all the way through 2025 and even into early 2026. This is a massive commitment from the government. It's a sign that leaders are recognizing how tough things have become on the ground, and that they are trying to offer a little bit of relief where it's needed most. But how exactly does this program work? Let's break it down. Eligible SASSA beneficiaries will receive a voucher worth R780 every month. This voucher can be used at participating supermarkets and shops, big names like Shoprite, Checkers, Pick n Pay, Spar, and more. The idea is simple: instead of giving out more cash grants, which can sometimes be used for other non-essential expenses, the voucher ensures that the support goes directly toward purchasing food and basic necessities. Now, an important point: the grocery voucher is not replacing your normal SASSA grant. If you're receiving an Older Persons Grant, Disability Grant, Child Support Grant, or any other SASSA grant, you will continue to get your regular monthly payment as usual. The R780 grocery voucher comes on top of that. It's extra support, not a replacement. That's critical to understand because there's already been a lot of confusion, especially among senior citizens who were worried that their pension money would be affected. Rest easy, it won't. Let's talk about who qualifies. The government has been very clear: not everyone will automatically receive the voucher. Priority is being given to the most vulnerable groups, namely, senior citizens over 60, people living with disabilities, households headed by children, and low-income families struggling to make ends meet. SASSA is using the existing database to identify the right people. If you're already receiving one of the main social grants, you are likely on the radar. However, being a SASSA beneficiary does not guarantee you the voucher. There are additional checks, like your income level and whether you live in an area identified as high risk for food insecurity. So how will you know if you've been selected? Good question. If you qualify, you will receive a text message directly from SASSA or a partner organization working with them. The SMS will contain a unique voucher code and instructions on how and where to redeem it. It's very important to make sure that your mobile number is updated with SASSA because if they can't reach you, you could miss out. If you've changed your number recently or you think SASSA might not have your correct details, it's best to visit your local SASSA office and update your information as soon as possible. Now, when it comes to redemption, SASSA has made it really easy. You don't need to fill out complicated forms or stand in long lines. Once you receive your voucher code, you simply walk into a participating store, load your shopping cart with qualifying grocery items, and present the code at checkout. The cashier will scan your code, deduct R780 from your bill, and you pay the difference if your total is higher than R780. If your shopping comes to less than R780, you use up the voucher completely, but keep in mind, you can't split the voucher over multiple shopping trips. You need to use it in one go. Let's also address a big concern: fraud and scams. Whenever government money is involved, you can bet that scammers aren't far behind. Already, there have been fake messages going around, telling people they've won bonus vouchers or asking for personal details. Please be very careful. SASSA will never ask for your banking PINs, passwords, or ID numbers via SMS. They will only send the voucher code, nothing else. If anyone calls or messages you asking for money to activate your voucher, it's a scam. Report it immediately to SASSA or the police. Moving on, some people have been wondering whether the R780 amount might increase over time. Right now, the government has committed to keeping the voucher at R780 monthly. However, with rising food prices, there's growing pressure from civil society groups and unions for the amount to be adjusted upwards in 2026 if inflation keeps pushing food costs higher. Government officials have hinted that they are monitoring the situation closely, but no official announcement on an increase has been made yet. Another hot topic is whether this grocery voucher system might become a permanent feature of South Africa's social welfare system. Some politicians are arguing that instead of temporary programs, South Africa needs a guaranteed basic income grant, a monthly payment given to everyone, regardless of employment status. The success of the R780 voucher could be used as evidence that direct, regular support works. It's too early to tell for sure, but make no mistake, how well this voucher program goes over the next year will influence the future of social support in South Africa. Now, let's talk logistics. Some areas will roll out the program faster than others. In urban centers like Johannesburg, Cape Town, and Durban, beneficiaries are already starting to receive their vouchers. Rural areas and smaller towns will follow in a phased approach. This has led to a bit of frustration among people living outside the big cities, who feel they're being left behind. SASSA has promised that no eligible person will be forgotten. It's simply a matter of coordinating with local supermarkets and ensuring all systems are ready to handle the redemption process. If you're watching this and wondering, what if I don't get selected? Don't panic. SASSA will be reviewing eligibility lists every few months. Even if you don't qualify right away, your situation might change later in the year, especially if your income drops or your household size increases. Keep checking your SMS messages and stay in touch with your local SASSA office for updates. Finally, there's a very emotional side to all this. When you hear the stories coming from communities receiving